Good evening, my unstoppable people. Welcome to the Unstoppable Podcast with my co-host, my brother D. I'm Shawny BO, and today we bring y'all
Yes.
Tim, up and coming electrician out of the Silicon Valley. Man, how you doing, Tim?
Good, man. How y'all doing, man?
Man, it's
I'm
good
doing all
over
right.
here.
All right, all right. I want to thank y'all for having me. Y'all doing a great job with this podcast. Want to appreciate for providing me a platform to speak. My history and what I got going on.
Yes, sir.
Yep, no doubt. So, Tim, I met you about probably a year or so back, right? And I
Yeah.
was intrigued when I found out when I got introduced to you, I was intrigued to find out that you are an electrician, right? At your
Yeah.
age, at your, as your ethnicity, right? As an African American, let me say that, right? And it was just a young African American electrician, right? That was phenomenal to me. Then to come to find out you have your own business, right? That was even more intriguing to me, right? So I felt like it would have been perfect to have you on this podcast, right? Unstoppable Home of the Groundbreakers, because I know it's not easy going through all those steps to get to where you're at today. So can you give us a little bit about your a little bit about your backstory, how you even got started?
So originally, so first for starters, I own two companies at the moment. So I own Fields Electric, that's an electrical company, and I own NorCal Duct Testing. It's a duct testing company, pretty much. So how I got into electrical, my grandfather raised me at a very young age. My pops wasn't around, so he had stepped up, came in my life, and he was an electrician. Since the '70s. He had his own business. So since a young kid, he always brought me to work, showed me the ropes. So it was kind of embedded at a young age. But on my own, after I got out of high school, I went to a trade school. So from there, I got my certificate, and that was all she wrote from there. Been doing it for about 15 years now. I've been independent for five. And as far as the duct testing company, I've been owning that for about 5 years as well.
Duck
That's pretty
testing.
good, man.
Well, hey, Tim, since you're talking about duck testing, right? Well, you got the electrical. Now you're talking about testing. Hey, explain that to the audience what duck testing is, just in case they don't even know what it is.
So duct testing, pretty much, as far as California, they came up with this in 2019. So anytime an HVAC system, HVAC means heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So anytime a system is installed, basically, it's mandatory for me to test the duct efficiency to see how efficient duct systems are. And that's a mandatory thing as of 2019. California mandates that anytime a new home or even a older residential home gets a new system, it's mandatory for us to come out and do a duct testing for inspection, for final inspection.
Hmm. So that means you go up in them ducks and y'all test on. Let's just say I got my house built, right?
Hmm.
And no, and those ducks run in each and every room. So you
Yes.
you come in and you test like, okay, how much airflow is going to bedroom number one?
Right.
How
Right.
much airflow going to bedroom number two? Now, what do you do just in case it's like uneven flow?
So I'm not just testing for airflow. I'm also testing to see how leaky the ducts is. So I mean, a person can have a duct system, and they can get a new HVAC system, but their duct system is shot. So basically, I go to each room, I seal it off, each vent off one by one. I blow air into your intake. The air builds up, and whatever air is releasing out the duct system, I'm monitoring that. So the more leakage in your duct system, the less efficiency your air will flow throughout your house. So it's just not, testing the different specs of each vent. It's also monitoring the leakage that they have in the whole house as well.
Man, and that's cool though, because then you could actually be like, bro, I'm getting more flow in the bedroom, and the third bedroom ain't getting nothing.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right. Yeah. So I'm that guy that comes in there and I correct everything and I give a report. And it's funny because I actually got into this because I was subcontracted to do a fire alarm at this church in Stockton. And HVAC guy that owns this big company, he introduced me into it. He actually paid for my schooling. And while I was, going back and forth, I was running my own company, and I was actually working for him for the first year. I'm end up splitting off
Oh, we lost the sound.
just based off
Just
me doing electrical work.
okay.
Okay. Tim, I think we lost the sound. Can you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I came across this because me knowing my electrical experiences, and I
Mm-hmm.
met this big guy that basically this guy that owns this huge company in San Jose. He has an HVAC company. He basically paved the way for me to get my certification. I
Mm-hmm.
worked with him for a year, bouncing back and forth from my own company and, figuring out the ropes for it, like with his company. Then I ended up branching off and becoming, my own boss with that entity itself. So,
Yeah.
just by me knowing electrical opened up a lot of more avenues for me to, you know, open up businesses and, kind of, have a different variety of stuff to do.
Man, you know what, Tim? I wish that we could spend like 2 hours talking to you, right? Because the trade, I'm telling you, the trade is so important to us, right? And
Yes.
so many young people don't understand how much a trade can really help you, right?
Yeah.
So, as an entrepreneur myself, right? I find it very, very hard sometimes to stay focused and motivated and dialed in. I gotta keep it fully transparent with you, right?
Hmm.
So, what kept you dialed in along your journey, though, right? What just kept you saying, I'm gonna do this thing no matter what, right? And also, could you name some adversities that you had to overcome along your journey?
So, yeah, so first off, it's very important to, know the trade. Anybody around me, even my younger cousins, my younger family, I try to drill in their head as much as possible. I was always getting in trouble, at a young age, high school, college, because I was just kind of unsure what I wanted to do. Um, but once I got the realization, like, hey, like my grandfather paved the way, and let me put effort into this. Let me see if I can put time and effort in this and be dedicated to it. It was for sure harder than what it was, what it is right now. When how I'm saying it, I just had to, be devoted, be dedicated, realize like, hey, like in the end run, this will be beneficial. It might not seem like it now, but if you put the hard work in, it's gonna slowly come to you. So when I first started getting into the trade, it was very, very difficult because, as you know, like there's not a lot of black African Americans in the field, especially electrical.
Yeah,
So they don't want us on that totem pole at all. So as soon as I got in there, it took about 5 years, man. I was in the mud, like 5 years. I was working with these companies. They wasn't too fond of, my skin color. They put me on certain tasks that, wouldn't allow me to excel or learn. So first 2 to 3 years, it was really a stuck point, and it was really frustrating for me. So I just, kept, talking to my grandfather, talking to people of age older than me, and they basically just, kept drilling it into me, like, don't give up. This is the name of the game. Soon you're gonna look back and it's gonna pay off. So I just stuck my head down and just kept working. Main thing that also put me ahead of the curve was, going home out after like work and learning on my own, figuring out things on my own, getting my hands dirty on my own, doing projects on my own. So therefore, I could be more of an asset to these companies. So once I felt like I got to a certain point and, these companies wouldn't put me in a certain position, I had to kind of force myself or like put myself in different positions to create more opportunity for me. So when I was doing that, I just, reached out to people I know, reached out to family, friends, try to get side jobs, and they slowly started rolling and rolling. Then as I'm going through different companies as well too, people try to always tell you not to just try to stick with it, but these companies, they were only getting me to a certain
Certain point.
plateau. So when I reached
yeah,
that plateau, I would go to a better company to try to better myself. That's what you have to do in a non-union company, because these are non-union companies I was working with.
Mm-hmm.
So once I started reaching each plateau, I got a better job, and I found myself, expanding my skill sets because I was doing commercial, I was doing industrial, I was doing fire alarm, I was doing all across the boards, all type of voltage from low voltage to high voltage to residential. So I started becoming more of an asset by, putting myself in arenas like that and also, getting my own jobs and, learning it, for
Yeah.
myself. So but as far as the adversities, it was very tough, man. I had to, endure a lot of things. Um, a lot of the foremans I was dealing with, I was the only black person in the team, so they were just have me do like the most laborious stuff. Like I couldn't even learn how to wire a device, so that's when I had to like, go home, put my head in them books, do like little demonstrations where I can catch on and start learning more and be able to be better on my own when I go to these locations and these jobs and stuff.
Man, bro, I have to take my hat off to you, right? Like I was just telling y'all, man, we could talk about hours because I'm in the trade too. I'm not an electrician, but it's an unwritten law, so I can't wait to get this out here to anybody that's gonna listen to it, especially anybody that's thinking about getting into a trade. Because people walk up on me sometimes and ask me, "Oh, I wanna be in construction, right?" And most of them are some of them are peers, some of them are age era younger than me, right? And I really don't want to tell them all the things that they're gonna have to go through, right?
Hmm.
Because they're gonna have to go through some stuff, right? And and they might go through all that and it still might not make the cut. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you gotta really. That's one of the reasons why Unstoppable came about, right? This whole
Hmm.
name, everything. It came from the construction side. You know what I'm saying? It came from
Hmm.
all the adversity I had to face up until this point, right? All the adversity I had to overcome. And dang, bro, like this is deep, bro, because this is what the people really need to hear, like especially the youngsters, man, right? That
Yeah,
can't shoot a jump shot, that can't rap, right? And you have one of the highest trades like there is, right? Like
yeah,
it's pretty you can make a nice living off being an electrician.
yeah, for sure you can.
So, and I want to just touch on right now. I want you to focus right now and just tell me what was your why though? Like why you were so determined? Like what was in your head? Like what was your reason for just pushing all the way through?
Man, I seen the greatness, by my grandfather having an example. So I seen the greatness and like all the things he accomplished by, you know, just just that, Um,
Mm,
to me, it was very important. I already had an example of like what electricity can do for someone. So,
okay.
I was hungry, man. I was at an age where I was hungry. I was tired of the same resolutions. I was tired of the same answers. I was, tired of the same mindset I was having. And I was like, hey, like it's either this or continue down the path of, destruction. I'm not going
Yeah.
to be able to, do anything. I'm not going to be able to grow my mind. And I was at a point where I was like, what, 21? I
Mm,
was 21 and I was like, if I don't take this serious now, by the time I
mm,
get 30, 31,
mm.
32, hey, I'm gonna still be in the same position. So to me, that was very important. It was very scary for me because, like when you come up as a, black American, I mean, a young black American, it's just a lot of stuff that we have to face. It's a lot of things that we see. It's a lot of things that we witness. A lot of things that we go through. And to me, I just didn't see that in the future for me. So I was like,
Yeah.
either I need to buckle down and, be serious about this. I'm gonna continue playing around and I'm gonna keep on having the same results. And to me, I did not like those results. So like that was my why. That was my strongest why, man. And also
Hey.
too,
Oh, okay. I want to
also
cut you
too,
off, right?
yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. What I see, right, in you, and because I follow you, right, and I see you, right. I was telling my brother about you. I said, bro, I see him with his kids, bro,
Hmm.
right, and you able to provide a great living for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you interacting, I see you being a
Yeah.
father, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, to really be your age and be at this level is phenomenal
Yeah.
because I come from something that was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now clicking on. You clicked on at 21. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that, when I first met you, I was just like, I was blown away by you being a young electrician, right? Then I started following you and I seen you interacting with your kids, with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm like, dang, he got the stuff, right? He got some of the stuff that I need, right? Even when you was talking, that was helping me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I don't mean to cut you off, but like I said, like I knew this was gonna be a fire interview because it's a lot of information that a lot of people our age
Mm-hmm.
and young African Americans they don't know. Like you did it. You a testimony, right?
Absolutely.
You knocking it out the park at a young age. So I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm just man. That's what I wanted to say. I see that as one of your whys, your
Yeah.
kids, your family, though, right?
Yeah.
I see you going hard, and I see you got the little ones, and I'm just looking at you like he handling his business. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I gotta
Yeah.
take my hat off to you on that, bro, for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. Now my kid, I got three kids. They all three. But
Hmm.
like as far as about 4 years ago, right before I had them,
Hmm.
man, like if I wouldn't have had that mindset at 21, I wouldn't be thinking about this now, or this wouldn't be happening now. So that's what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about my kids, but now with those qualities of mindset that I had,
Hmm.
it end up working how it is. But that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking that when I was 21. Like if I have kids later on, if like I want to provide them with a nice security lifestyle, or just have them be uptight and going to the nice schools, just providing them a good lifestyle. So
Yeah.
like every day now, like since I had them, they for sure are my why. I mean,
Yeah.
just to go back to your answer or your question,
Yeah.
like the adversities I deal with. I mean, I still deal with adversities. I'm gonna forever deal with adversities just because of skin color.
Yeah.
I get customers that they're like, okay, yeah, he's young, he's black. I might not get a bid. I put a
Hmm.
bid out there, I might not get one, or I might, I have incidents where homeowners they don't sometimes don't pay me, contractors don't pay me.
Hmm.
I get messed over. It's the name of the game, but I'm not going to allow that to jeopardize my will when it
Hmm.
comes to my career and also my family. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's still some adversities, but you just gotta you gotta be strong, and you gotta
Gotta be strong.
you gotta push through.
Yeah.
Man,
That's for sure, man. D, you got anything you want to ask them?
no, he actually segued right into that because he touched on he's young and he's a black business owner, which I think personally sometimes when we say, hey, I'm a black owned business owner, me personally, I think that some people get, oh, it's I'm about to get this discount, or I'm about to do you dirty. That's what
Right.
I get when we say I'm a black owned business, because even if this even coming from our own people, because our own people, some of them they want to barter, something. Oh man, yeah, you
Exactly.
do this, I do that. It's like, I don't want you to do this and do that. I want to get paid for what I do.
Exactly.
And some of those resistance that we get is, I hate to say this, from our own people, because they don't do time like that. Time
Hmm.
come, Tom gonna do his thing. Tom might even shortcut it, but they want to pay him straight out. So what kind of adversities did you actually have to go through, man, when you said you went to go get those bids, and how did that affect you?
So I mean, it's an ongoing thing every day. So it affects me, positive and negative. Negative wise, I'll start with negative. Negative wise is when I do these bids, all these contractors, even subcontractors, they're not my skin color. We got that right.
Yeah.
I'm young as well, so it's like they judge a book by its cover. So
Mhm.
when I get there, they expect a lower price. They expect dirt cheap labor. They expect me to, pay for the material without, them paying for the material, and also, um, you know, half cutting it on the labor. So I get that a lot, where people, try to take the benefit of the doubt and try to, play me or try to overwork me with the prices. They try to give me, hey, can you do a discount, or could you add this on? I might be doing something and they just add something completely on. But the importance of this is to make contracts. I think a lot of black businesses, I mean, we don't really study on the aspect of contracts and the legal documents of everything. So the last couple of years, this is what I've been digging my head through, just learning and reading more about how to make effective contracts, certain wordplay that you have to use in these contracts, and absolutely make these customers and subcontractors sign these contracts, because these are going to save your, behind. Because yeah, at the end of the day, like,
Smart guy, man.
yeah, that's the main thing that I deal with is, the color, like the age. But once they see me and view me with paperwork that I, presented to them, and its legal documents, its term and conditions, they see all the the plans that I have that, is equipped with my business. They take me more serious, because they're like, okay, like, he's just not about, the work side of it. He's really behind the mindset of it, on how to run a business
How to
properly, on
run the
how to
business
save
properly.
his, save his, his pay, so. And also too, I hire other people to, to work for me when I have, a lot of things going on. So it's very important that I have these contracts documented, and therefore, if anything goes wrong, I can always save myself.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
back to them legal. Go back to them legal binding handcuffs, man. That paperwork, it was written
Exactly.
right here, bro. You can't do that to me, man.
Exactly.
So
And if they
no,
do want to do that, there's ways around it. You can do a mechanics lien. So also too, like, I try to not let it disturb me, and I also don't let it hinder me, because you got these legal documents and you learn these documents. These documents they're more dangerous than anything you could possibly think of. And that's the best way, mindset wise, to outplay somebody. Okay, you want to play me? You didn't pay me? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go up to the courthouse. I'm gonna file a mechanics lien on your property. You're not gonna be able to live in there. You're not gonna be able to do nothing. You could do a mechanics lien on somebody's business. Say you've got a contractor, he's trying to subcontract you out. He don't pay you. I'm gonna put a lien on your business. You can't make money until you pay me. So
Mm.
that's these ways that I've been learning to effectively attack the problem at the cause of the problem. And
Mm.
if anybody knows, nobody don't like money coming out their business or
no,
anything. So
not at
it's
all.
mandatory.
Mm.
So
Mm.
once they start seeing that and they see that I'm serious about that, it's
Yeah.
more of a respect level at that point.
Yeah.
See, and I think
Yeah.
that I think too, man. Being African American, black owned businesses, man, they think we work at a lower level, but it's almost like you got to go in there and prove to them. Even though I don't want to say you got to prove, but you got to go in there with higher standards than
Mm.
the next person, because of we got that.
Right.
And I think
Right.
You gotta.
once you prove that you going in there and you bam 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 all about business,
Hmm.
then you start earning that respect, which is horrible. It's like, man, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. Let my work speak for me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's how you
Mm.
got to go with it. Just don't talk about it. Just be about it.
just be
Yeah.
about
And
it.
once you do that, you follow up courtesy calls. If you're running late, you just got to play the game, man. You just got to be, hungry. You also got to be mindful about what type of person you're working with, and just, carry yourself with a high regard, and it's going to pay off every time.
Every
Yeah.
time, man.
With a lot of professionalism, man. I think that got you this far, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just like I said, man. Like, man, I can go on for hours about the trade and that unwritten law that D was just talking about, working twice as hard because your skin tone and then your age. You know what I'm saying? And I for one can say it made me better though, right? No matter if the people got mad or not, right? I held my own. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing they can do, right? It's like you just got blew out. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
real.
just like you just got blew out by 21. There's nothing you
Hmm.
can do. Game over. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And at one point in time in my career, that's how I did it. Like, two, it wasn't no doubt, right? When I went to companies, nobody knew me. I blew out the competition.
Yep.
I didn't trip them. I didn't trick them. I
Mhm.
outworked them,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Whether they get mad, they watch this get mad or not. I simply outworked them. I
Hmm.
simply did what they wasn't willing to do. Like you was talking about some of them grunt jobs and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I did it all, right?
Hmm.
I'll go over here, go over there, go there. They laughing and thinking, but I'm getting the money. I'm
Right.
getting the hours. I just had like a 60, 70 hour week. You know what I'm saying
Give it to
though?
you. Yeah, for real.
Right? So what I'm saying is we was talking about your peers walking up and the homies asking like how can I get in and I'm thinking like it's not gonna be easy, right?
Hmm.
Like even if I was able to put you on, it's still not gonna be that easy to where you just walking around and getting a check. It's gonna be
Right.
work,
Right.
right? It's gonna be mental, it's gonna be physical,
Hmm.
it's gonna be you fighting so many battles and so many demons, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm saying it like that because I want people to understand like if this is the lane you want to go in, right? I want you to be prepared for it, right? And it might not be
Yeah.
like that for everybody though, because
Mm.
I got some partners that never even had to go through that. And I said, dang, you didn't have to go through that? Nah, it's good for me. Right?
Mm.
I'm like, well, different strokes for different folks, but 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
that's how you gotta battle. You gotta be unstoppable. Right?
Hmm. For real.
And and like I was just saying though, man, like I seen you working. Like I had my clothing stand up one day, right?
Hmm.
And you was at the church, you was doing work, right?
Hmm.
And you just came over there and was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna support your business, right? You
Hmm.
already did already, but you came again and bought another tee, and I was grateful for that. And I was just like, man, thinking in my head like whatever I can do to help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the podcast emerged, and now we here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like another thing I want you to do is like right now, if you don't mind, right?
Hmm.
Just tell the people how much experience you have. We already talked about your two businesses though, and just let them know like what type of person you are. Why would they want to do business with you? You know what I'm saying?
So I've been in the field 15 years. Really versatile. I do multiple things besides, electrical, HVAC. I do it pretty much all. But 15 years, I'm very devoted. I'm a very loving father, family man. I love my career. I love what I do. I'm very outgoing, very, full of life, man. Like, I don't try to sweat off of small things. Anything I can't control, I don't even bother about it, man. I'm just, yeah, full of life. And yeah, man. And I'm just hungry, still
Man,
hungry.
man, tell them to come shop with you, man. Tell them you got them. You know what
Man,
I'm
come
saying?
shop with
Like,
me, y'all. Come shop with me.
you know
Best
what I'm
best
saying? Like,
best
young,
electrician in Northern Cali, man.
there you go. Like, let them know, man.
Let
Yeah.
them know. Let them
I
know.
do it all. I do
Man,
commercial,
Hey,
solar, I do residential, I do motor controls, I do fire alarm, security, I do uh light remodeling, I do upgrades, new construction, anything with any type of wiring, old, new, whatever, I do it.
man, look, I gotta get you out here to Texas, man. I gotta put some recessed lights up in my kitchen, man.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you at in Texas? Where you based out in Texas?
Man, I'm out in Cypress, man. It's about 38 minutes from Houston, so I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Okay.
in I'm in the suburbs. I'm old enough now.
Okay,
I'm in the
okay, okay.
suburbs.
I heard that. Suburban dude, huh?
Yeah, now I'm in the suburbs. I done been in the hood long enough, man. I'm in the
Yeah.
suburbs right about now.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, man. Yeah,
Hey,
reason why I asked, I actually got family out there, so I'm going out there soon. My auntie, she wants me to do some stuff. So,
there
hey,
you
if you're interested, yeah, man, I can swing by, man.
Yeah.
there you go, man.
There you
That's
go.
the thing right there, man. And
Uh,
it's to me, I'm probably older. I'm old. Well, I'm older than both y'all, but just to sit back, man, and see the younger generation actually really getting those nuggets from their grandparents
Hmm.
yeah,
and
that's
running with
dope.
it because I got nuggets too. I went in my own little field in engineering and all that type stuff, man, and computers and stuff. But just those nuggets that you get from, I'm gonna call them the wise counsel, because a lot of us get them and then we just set them aside and and they go to waste. But to
Hmm.
actually get that nugget and then be able to flip that nugget into a business, into a couple of
Yeah,
businesses,
that's dope.
man, that's a good thing. So is your grandfather still alive?
Yeah, sometimes every now and then, just to hang out with him, I bring him on my jobs, and he's super ecstatic, man. He's very very happy of me. So like, he's still
Yeah,
alive. He
I'm
still
proud of you,
helps me
man.
out on little things every now and then. So yeah, I
Yeah,
try to. You seen him he be at the church too. Yeah,
yeah,
Man,
yeah. I
yeah.
that,
know
So
he
that's
he's
a
still.
proud
that's a
of you
good
though,
thing.
man.
Yeah,
'Cause I
man. I
seen you
appreciate
from a
you, man.
distance, man. I'm just like, I was like, man. I said that guy got it, man. I wish I was 21, had it figured out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that. That right there was inspiring to me, though, bro. I was just looking at it like, because when I got introduced to you, because we got a mutual friend, Dollars, right? Dollars like,
Mhm.
man, this my boy, man. He electrician. I know you a laborer, right? And then once he made that connection like that, I
Mhm.
feel like we in the trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For
That
sure.
right there, just boom. That's what ignited it. And when I seen you, I was just like, dang, this dude electrician, bro. Youngster got his own van. Like I was inspired myself. My old self was inspired by your young self. I'm like, man. But you know what it also gave me? It gave me hope,
Yeah.
right? It gave me
Yeah.
that I'm not just keep waking up every single day and grind mode and grinding every single day for nothing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some people will try to discourage you with, oh man, I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna work these many hours. I'm not gonna work that many hours. That's all I do, right?
Mhm.
I kind
Mhm.
of wouldn't, besides trying to run a small clothing business, right?
Mhm.
I wouldn't know what to do without showing up to my job every day, right?
Mhm.
That's how much I'm showing up to that thing.
Mhm.
Now I'm not saying I'm 120 every day, but I'm there, and you can use me. You know what I'm saying
Mhm.
though? Like I'm
Yeah.
not finna sit on here and be like, man, I knock it off the park every single day. I'm stellar because I have my days, right?
Yeah.
Been
Absolutely.
doing it for a cool little minute, right? But what I'm saying to you is that I really can't wait to get this out here. And whoever can catch what you just said on this microphone, man, especially the youngsters, right? If they don't have no other hope, right?
Mhm.
Right? Go get in the trade school, man. Get you a trade and go find you the highest trade. That's gonna make sure that you straight, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna give you benefits. It's gonna give you 401k. It's gonna give you a health insurance for your kids. It's gonna give you everything you need, right? All you're gonna have to do is put in that work. I
Yeah.
hear guys talk about it back and forth all day at work. Well, I got this and I got that and I got this, and they not talking about the material stuff they got. They talking about their portfolio, right?
Right.
And
Right.
also what they gonna get on the back end, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because they already put the time in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember you touching on something like that, like you just put the time in,
Yeah.
right? And eventually you got there.
Yep.
And that's what being unstoppable is all about. It's like you keep putting the time in, you stay dedicated, and eventually you will get there.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. You helped me out a lot. I got a lot of jewels from a lot of people this week, right? They came from different people, but just hearing you speak earlier made me put myself in check. You feel me? Just by hearing you talk, I'm like, man, you got to get on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man,
man, I appreciate you for stepping on here, man, and speaking out, man, and letting the world know what you got to offer, man. D, you got anything else
man,
for Tim?
my last thing, man. We know you got to get out of here. Is knowing the stuff that you know now, bro. And the young cat came up to you and been like, "Look, man, I'm graduating high school. I don't think college is for me, man. And you know what advice would you give him? Because first of all, college is not for everybody. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you go, you go. But some cats go and you do a year, a semester, or whatever, and drop out. And say instead of wasting your time with college, because we know they give you homemaking, cooking, all the stuff except for the core
Trade
that you
school.
need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we know electricians, you got to have that basic math, right? You got to have that basic. You got
Mm-hmm.
to know the basics,
That
Yeah.
and then
algebra.
you got algebra, all of that stuff. But
Yeah,
what would you tell a
yeah.
young cat that came up to you and be like, "Tim, man, college ain't for me. I'm looking for a trade. What can you recommend for me, man?"
For starters, I'll recommend them to do studies. Like study which trade fits you. Which trade, like whatever description, plumbing, electrical. Also look at the pay. Do some homework on it. Because this
Yeah.
is something that you're gonna jump into, and it's gonna probably take. It's probably gonna be a lifetime thing. So that's very
Yeah.
important. Also, too, get into trade school and keep your nose clean. Just focus. You know what I mean? Focus, and all that will pay off. And not just that, too, disregard your emotions when you go into these arenas, because young black males have a tendency to immediately pop off or crash out. You have to you have to disregard your emotions to allow yourself to grow and allow yourself to be in the arena, to learn, to accept this career, to even deal with people that you might not even like, because at the end of the day, in the field, you might not like somebody, but you still have to conversate with him
Like, how
to
much?
meet end goal.
Yeah.
So what I would say is just disregard your feelings, be accepted to growth, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed to talk to
That's
you.
dope.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
Tim, I needed to talk to you a long time ago because I used to be in the sheet metals union, bro.
I'm telling you, hey, your grandpa did a good job with you, man. I'm telling you, man. He laced
Man,
your boots, man.
Hey,
man,
look,
I
Tim,
just
we know we gotta let you go. Hey, but I was on the eighth floor, bro. They didn't give me a scaffold or a lifeline. And I'm looking. These cats is hanging on the side of the building, putting on the flanges on the smokestacks. They say, all right,
Yeah.
Unc, we get out, man. I said, that's why y'all gave me all of them beneficiary papers, just in case I fall off.
you feel me?
Hey.
Workers time. I need that.
Hey, I ain't gonna
Hey.
lie. I was full of myself, bro. After that job, I said, I'm not coming back. Y'all trying to kill me. Sheet metals was cool, you know. I'm doing everything with, learning the
Yeah.
aviation snips and the screws and all the metal work. Bruh, I said, I'm going to something a lot safer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey. See, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying though. Hey Tim, you answered those questions very, 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 very elegantly, right? You did your thing. But D, I want to give you a special shout out, bro, right?
Oh,
Because
me?
yeah, you,
For what?
right?
It ain't
For
about me, it's about Tim.
I know, I just gave Tim his props, but I'm
Well, we
giving
got
you
to
your
keep giving
props, right?
Tim his props. This is about Tim.
Hey,
Nah,
but
shout outs
nah,
to
because
D too. Shout outs to D,
yeah,
man.
because D,
What's up?
you be coming with the questions.
Oh,
You
man.
came with that question was phenomenal. Then he answered it phenomenal,
You
though,
answered it
right?
phenomenally. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm
Hey.
just saying, like, I couldn't do this pod without you,
Oh,
bro.
yes, you could, man. Yes, you could, man. It's a yin and
I
a
don't
yang
think I could carry
situation,
it.
though.
I could build another 20 more minutes if y'all want to keep it going.
Well,
Hey,
let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep
I
it
don't
You
going.
know
look,
that,
me personally. since we've
Yeah.
been talking about skin color, I don't want you to show up late.
That's CP time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh
But
man.
nah, though, Tim, man, I'm just so happy we was able to knock it out, though, man. That's why I gotta give my brother his props, though, man, because
Oh
we
man.
knocked it out, man. We gonna put it on wax, and we're gonna just let the people hear what you got to offer, though, man. Because like I said, when I met you, bro, I was like, okay, and then I finally connected the dots. Like, you know what? I need to see if he want to be on the podcast, right?
Mm,
Because you are the type of people that we're looking for, right?
Man.
You're the
Yes,
type of
sir.
person the individual that we're looking for.
Home of the groundbreakers.
Dedicated. Yeah, home of the groundbreakers, unstoppable, right? Then been through
mhm.
some things, overcame some things, still pushing through some stuff, and you letting the rest of the world know, like, hey, it can be done. I'm a
Yeah.
walking, living testimony that it can be done. So you 15-year-old, you 18-year-olds out there, you can't dunk a basketball, you can't rap a rap song, you can't run a football up and down the field, uh, you can't dance, you can't sing, right?
Dang, Bo,
It's
you naming
still,
everything, bruh.
Hey,
man,
but if you think
because it's
about
gonna
it,
be.
if you think
Go
about it,
ahead.
it's all true. And
It
what
is.
a lot of people don't understand is those rappers, those singers, those dancers, they gotta end life to their career.
Man,
Yeah,
it's a
To
shelf
get to
life
a
to it.
certain age, they can't. You could be 60, 70 years old. You could be a foreman sitting
yeah.
back telling anybody what to
Still
do.
collecting. Yeah,
It's going
still
this
collecting.
career is endlessly, you know.
Yeah. And
Nah,
So
you got a skill though. Just like
yeah.
you did. Like I tell people, like I wanted to be a carpenter so bad, right? Because I knew what it can bring for me,
Hmm.
right? I knew that I could take that skill out of any company and go make money on my own, right?
Right.
And then I was fascinated by it. You know what I'm saying? I just got caught up with the money and I was getting the hours. So I was like, I might as well stay doing this. But what I'm telling you, anybody that's why you were saying earlier. Look, that's what I did, right? Before I hopped in it, I looked at every single trade, what they was getting paid. And I also was thinking about what I was willing to do. Sprinkler fitter? Nah, that's not me. Right? I
Hmm.
wanted to be in the dirt. I wanted to be building buildings. I wanted to be in the dirt. I wanted to
Hmm.
be with my boots on, dirty, coming home. Like, I felt like, look, D, like, no, no, no. Right? But I also had to look at my education level too. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I did exactly what you said, right? Before I
Hmm.
even signed up for anything, I looked and I weighed my options, right?
Right.
And I chose the best. Well, I felt like I got the opportunity to become a laborer, right?
Hmm.
And when I got the opportunity, I tried my best not to miss because I'm like, boom, I'm in.
Hmm.
Anybody don't, you know how hard it is to get in?
It's
You know what
hard,
I'm
bro.
saying? It's
It's hard.
hard. I got a buddy right now, bro. Phenomenal carpenter,
Hmm.
and he's only a apprentice to a T. Phenomenal,
Hmm.
and he keep getting sent home every week, right?
Hmm.
And the game will force you to learn what you can learn and take it and run with it and go do your own thing.
Yeah,
It'll force you, right?
it will.
And you still gonna have to fight. You still gonna have to fight. Like you were saying about you gonna still have to fight for the bids. You still gonna so you gotta find a way to finesse and jug each situation. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself though. It's like it's bringing it so vivid to my own mind, my own thoughts. It's like it's not gonna be easy for us. What's so crazy is hey, I was just talking to my son. Right, he was in the trade. He was an up and coming carpenter. Right, the same thing you just said on this podcast is the same thing I told him. I said I'm not gonna tell you too much because I know me and you bump heads a lot when I get to telling you stuff. I said, but I want to tell you one thing. whatever you choose to do, right? Stick to it and see it all the way through. That's the only way you're gonna see some results. You keep
Yeah.
bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing around. You get in one trade, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, then you try to bounce to something else, right? It's gonna be work wherever you go,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
If you want to work, it's gonna be work wherever you go. You work for
Right.
yourself, it's gonna be work. You
Mm-hmm.
work for somebody else, it's gonna be work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So anybody think they gonna get away from the work, you never gonna get away from the work, no
Yeah.
matter what.
In fact, when you get your own business, it's more work.
It's
There's
more
a lot
work.
of
Yeah,
stuff that people don't highlight about that, like paperwork, invoices, emails, phone
yeah,
calls. You
Payroll.
yeah.
know, labor. I'm actually
Payroll,
in the field,
golly.
like going
Yeah,
into city hall, pulling permits, city
yeah.
inspections, PG&E inspections. It's
All that.
Damn.
yeah, it's
This
it's a different type of beast when you know, but like
ain't no joke.
Look, all I'm
It's
gonna
a
say
different type
is,
of beast.
look, all I'm gonna say is, shout out to Sheet Metal Workers Local 104. They let me know what it was. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna sit behind a desk. I left it to y'all young brothers to go ahead and do all of that. I'm like, I filled out too much paperwork. Now I know what it was for. And
Yeah.
y'all have at it. I'm gonna live vicariously through you and Sean, Tim.
yeah, I heard that. Me and Sean gonna hold it down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You and
definitely,
Sean
man.
hold it down. I'll stick to the graphics and the all that other type stuff, man. Hey,
Hey, we need that too. Look, we need
y'all
that too
brothers
in our
got it.
community. We need that
Yeah,
too in our community. Everybody need it.
E-
Everything's needed in our community.
Everything's
yeah.
neat. But you know what? To be real, man, and to be honest, man, this is just me looking from what we had then to where we are now. We got enough trades, we got enough engineers, we got enough of everything that we possibly can have that the other side have. If we decided to just all click up, get along well, and everybody do what they supposed to do, follow their own role, and we come together and really
Work
bang it out,
together, man. Yeah,
man,
Hmm.
this country will be flipped upside down, man.
you know.
Yeah,
Because I hate to say it,
yeah.
a lot of people think that we don't have common sense because of the stuff that they portray about us on the news,
Hmm.
which is every ethnicity has some of the stuff that we got. Is just not
That's the
Hmm.
put
truth.
on broadcast like
Yeah.
we are.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now we really decided to just say, man, you know what? Tim the Two Man Taylor, we ain't messing with you.
yeah,
Lowe's, we ain't messing with you. We got our own.
yeah,
This world will be it would be like in shambles,
yeah. And
Yeah, the
D,
market will probably shut down overnight. To be real.
to be real.
just to and just to be transparent, just to let people know, like we didn't. Well, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this, right? When you get pushed away, right? And then you got to go do your own thing. So that's why people are saying like, well, let's start our own thing
Build
because
your own
you don't
table.
want us over here. Yeah,
Build your
let
own
me go
table.
build my own table. Right? It's not taking nothing away from you
No.
because remember you said you didn't want me over here. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like we dislike this, dislike that. You showing me dislike. You showing
Hmm.
me that I can't sit down at your table and eat. Right?
Right. Hmm.
So let me go over here and build my own table, right?
Right. Right.
But when we building our own table, we're gonna need some help. So like what Dee was saying, like it's too bad that we don't really realize that. That's why when I say like when I see you, I cling to you. Like, oh, let me follow him. And if I know somebody that needs some electrical work, let me shoot it to him. Like I got a whole portfolio of cats that I
Hmm.
done ran into, right? That got their own businesses and stuff like that. And if I get an earshot, hey, man, I'm having trouble over here. Then I go over here to my road desk. Oh, I know a guy. And if I know he good, I'm sending them over there. Hey, talk to him. Maybe y'all can work something out, get it going. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that just by me doing that little intersection, that little networking, right?
That opens up
I'm
a lot of
help.
opportunity.
That
Yeah, I'm
that's
helping
Yep.
somebody,
that's the
Yep.
right?
biggest thing
And
right
that's
there.
all
It's
it.
networking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it
Exactly.
is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that taking away from me? Ain't taking nothing from me,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's helping me. It's building character,
Right.
right? And it's also showing other people like, dang, he just helped me out. Man, he just connected us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gonna probably go pay for it too. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even need no money in that deal. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah.
I don't need nothing, just because I don't know how to do what you do, right? So I can't be like, yeah, I can do it. No, I know Tim know how to do it. Let me call, like D said, I need that work. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wish Tim was here
yeah,
right now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Nah, that's crazy though. That's really
yeah, but some
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Network
this
is truly key, man. I mean, just networking alone and
mm-hmm.
word of mouth, that's been more lucrative for me than these ads, um, like these Google service ads or what's it called? Angie's List, stuff like that. It's a lot more better because, like you say, you build character, you build a relationship with that person, and also too, you're able to put your business out, and it goes by word of mouth, and that's the
Yeah,
best type of advertisement that you can get.
yeah.
Man, man, that actually just hit me. Cause you in San Jose, I got an older partner. He's also an African American. He has his own electrical company, Jet Electric. So next time I talk to him, I'm gonna just be like, hey man, I know this is up and coming brother, and I know you in your area, whatever. And it's like, man, if you ever need, because sometimes, man, he be needing some extra help. I don't know if you ever like turn it down, whatever. But he do commercial and all that. I'd be like, hey, hit him up. Y'all might
Oh,
can link
okay,
up and
yeah,
and do some stuff, man.
yeah,
So.
yeah, absolutely.
Man, because that's all it is. Like we just said earlier, man. It's just networking, man. Put you in that piece of that puzzle, man. That can connect, and those connections can go a long way, man. Because I'm gonna
My
tell you
bad,
like
y'all.
this: I'm not an electrical person. Believe me, when I hate going to my electrical box, I'll be like, I know if I do something wrong, boy, might get
I
shocked. My
gotta
wife be like,
reset this breaker. I gotta reset this breaker.
"Hey, look, because my electrical box tied into my solar panels, and oh man, I'm sitting here like,
No, yeah, yeah.
bruh." And then my wife looked at me, talking about, I want ceiling fans. I said, I don't do electrical. When you open up computers and you in there digging in that, I say, man, them computers give you a little zap. I
Yeah,
said, this house give you a big zap. I
Yeah.
said, I don't know. I don't know, man. I said, it's different. I'm like, man, what is it? The white is the hot.
White is the neutral, black is the hot,
See,
green
look,
is the
I'd
ground.
have turned, I would have blew something up, Tim. Boom.
Man.
Hey, that's why we got to, sometimes it's like, man, you pay for what you need, man, because if not, you're gonna tear something up and you're gonna wind
yeah,
up paying more in the long run, man. So that's why I tell my wife, it's like, I don't know about putting up no. I said I had to turn the whole house off. Just turn the room
Yeah.
off. Now I turn the whole house off. Oh,
Oh yeah.
whole house be totally black. What happened? Bro, I turned everything off just to put a ceiling fan up.
man.
Hey, for real. You be like, man. I'm like, no. I said, we have to pay somebody, babe. You get the ceiling fans, and we'll pay somebody to put them up correctly. Cause man, I turn that sucker on there, that sucker get the tap, 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 tap. What you need? I
be
put the black on
be
the
a
white and the
firework
white
in
on the
there.
black.
Yeah. It'll look like 4th of July in there.
Hey, hey, for real, man. Hey, we know you got to get rolling, Tim, man. So I appreciate you for jumping on here, man. And before you really go though, man, bless these people with your Instagrams, Facebooks, TikToks, whatever you got, man. Just throw it out there, man, so these people know how to find you, bro.
Yeah,
So I'm only on Instagram. My Instagram is underscore spark life t SPARKLIFETEE. And y'all can hit me up on there, man, and just follow my journey. I really
Man,
appreciate y'all for having me on here. We definitely got to run this back.
yes, sir.
Man, it was a great conversation, great questions, great conversations. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, when we
Man,
run it back though, we gonna hit you with like some kind of the projects that you might have had put up, and you know how you went through that, and because I see you did some piping too, my guy.
Yeah,
I seen you doing some use welding pipes.
yeah,
yeah, I do
See,
that too.
and you didn't even
Yep,
mention that.
yeah.
yep. I was that's plumbing, so I do a lot of. So like I said, I did electrical brought me in a whole bunch of things. So I do plumbing, I do fencing, concrete. Limitize myself to one thing. So I do it all literally. Anything
See,
with building a house, commercial, I know how to do it, man. Sheetrock,
that's Sparks
everything.
Unlimited right there, baby.
Yeah,
Man,
man. Yeah, man.
there you go, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's good, bro. Now this is
Man,
just from me to you, man, because I'm an old head. And just seeing you come up, man, and take those nuggets, and not only did you start one business, you started two businesses, and like you just said, you didn't limit yourself at all, man. You just grabbed everything like the bull. You grabbed everything by the horns, man, and ran with it, man, and specialized not only in one thing but many things, man. So that's what I call making your money pregnant. So a lot of people don't understand that. Hey, in order to make money,
You
you gotta
you got to
add
set up
money
to
over
make some
here.
more. Yep.
You gotta put a little bit of money over there, man, and then that money generates more money. So
Yep.
yeah,
that's when I tell people is like, man, and if you gotta make your money pregnant, man. If you want that money to work for you, you gotta make it
Mm-hmm.
pregnant. That money gotta make more money, that make more money, that make more money, man. And
yeah,
Absolutely.
the stuff that you're doing, man, is generating more money. And it's also we didn't put this on here, man. This could be also be generational wealth, with your kids, man, because your kids can take it and run with it. And then
yeah,
they can
Absolutely.
make money with that. And their kids can make money with that. So
yeah.
man, you started from an early age, my man, and look, my hat's off to you, bro. My hat's off
Yeah.
to
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Appreciate
Man.
y'all.
Yeah, Bo.
Hey, well, I'm gonna wrap it up, man, because the Warriors game is about to start.
Oh yeah, man. Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
it look like
Like
it's
again, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. I can't wait
yeah.
for the next one.
Hey,
But
most
nah, hey
definitely.
Tim. Hey,
Yo.
for sure though, man. I'm just so I'm happy that we was able to knock this out, bro. And D, like I said, I appreciate you, bro. Couldn't do the podcast without you, man.
Hey, it's all
Hey,
good, man. Each one teach one. Iron sharpening iron, man.
yeah.
Absolutely. That part
Hey,
for real.
Tim, you knocked it out the park, man. I hope we gonna get back on here again and chop it up, man.
And yeah, let
Like you
me know
say,
whenever
follow
you
you
need
on
me.
your
I'm
journey.
free, man. Let me
Yep.
know.
You ready to work, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
man. I'm ready to get to it.
That's what I'm talking about, big dog.
Yes,
All,
sir.
all right, y'all, man.
Hey,
All right, man.
black
Y'all have a
men,
good one.
have a great
All
night,
right.
black men.
All right. Have a good one.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.